Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Molinda Jae here, coming to you with some concerning news that I woke up to this morning as I was preparing my son for school, but he's under the weather at the time. However, um, and it's in regards to the flights that happened. So this breaking news was happening around 7 o'clock Central Standard Time this morning, and it was in regards the notice to air admission systems was down at the time, which caused the air flights to be grounded, all air flights to be grounded. And this is the system that helps the pilots to be able to navigate in the airways so they can land the passengers safely to their destination. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. And it's stating that the computer system glitch caused chaos after all flights grounded across the U.S. The Federal Aviation System, aka the FAA, said it was working to restore its notice to air missions flight, which alerts pilots of potential hazards along a flight route. Some 4,948 flights in or out of the U.S. have been delayed, according to the flight tracking website, and 868 have been canceled. All right, so this is what the map was looking like as far as the flights that were supposed to go in and out the United States to their destinations. And it says all flights around the U.S. were grounded due to a glitch with the FAA computer systems this morning. All outbound flights were grounded until around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, as the Federal Aviation Administration worked to restore its notice to air missions, which is alerts pilots of potential hazards along the flight. Okay. And as of 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 4,948 flights within, into, or out of the U.S. have been delayed, according to the flight tracker, which is flightaware.com, while 868 have been canceled. Most delays are concentrated along the East Coast, just like how it is presented on the map right here. Furthermore, down the article, it says normal air traffic operations are resuming gradually across the United States following an overnight outage to the notice to air mission system that provides safety into flight crews, the FAA said. The ground stop has been lifted. We continue to look into the cause of the initial problem. Earlier, it said the final validation checks were being carried out and the system reloaded after the operations across the national airspace system were affected. And as you can see, here are a couple of images of standard passengers at the Orlando International Airport that is sitting, waiting to get boarded on the plane. Almighty mess for the U.S. aviation industry. Sky News correspondent Mark Stone, who was at the Ronald Reagan Airport in Virginia, said a well and mighty mess for the aviation industry in the U.S. As of this morning, we were told that the NOTAM, which is the notice of, I got to go back up here, y'all, which is the notice to air admission system, had failed, which is part of the air traffic control system. This is crucial for flights to be able to take off safely. So as a consequence to the busiest airspace in the world, the airspace over the United States didn't open as it should have been this morning. Looking at the flight tracker websites, it was very clear that you could see the flights clustered around many cities around the United States and none of them taken off. Chaos for the passengers, as you might imagine. No evidence of cyber attack. The U.S. President Joe Biden has been briefed on the outage. His press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, said she said that there was no evidence of a cyber attack was behind the glitch, but the president directed the U.S. Department of Transportation, which is Pete Buttigieg, to conduct a full investigation to the causes. Mr. Biden told reporters earlier that the aircraft still landed safely, just not take off right. They don't know what the cause of it. They expect a couple of hours. They'll have a good sense of what caused it and will respond at that time. The president had added that he had spoken to Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg on the phone and told him to report directly to me when they find out. And again, here are some more images of people waiting at the Denver International Airport. And several people tweeted to say that they have been stranded due to the outage, which one passenger at the Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport saying no flights were flying to the U.S. And of course, there are some couple of tweets here of a passenger in Paris. Airline just informed us that the FAA computers are down in the U.S. and no flights are flying to America. Another one stating, gotta love when you book a 6 a.m. flight trying to avoid travel delays, but due to a national FAA system issue, the flight is delayed anyway. Going to be a long day. Also, someone else commenting, a system-wide FAA computer failure means all air travel is shut down nationwide, waiting at LGA. And someone else responded saying, anyone else stranded at United, which is United Airlines, saying that there is a nationwide outage of FAA at FAA News computer system. A total of 21,464 flights were scheduled to depart airports in the U.S. today, according to the aviation analytics from firm, which is Cirium. Nearly 2.9 million seats are available on those departures. That's a lot of seats. That's a lot of seat availability. But yeah, that was happening earlier this morning at the crack of dawn, yo. And because when I was watching, well, I had got up and went straight to YouTube, and I just so happened to see a breaking news report coming from Fox about the system outage. And the anchor at the time was speaking to a businessman in Mexico City in Mexico. So yeah, like it's getting bananas here. And I'm just going to hold on, y'all. Let me go back and then come back in. So we're just going to take a glimpse at a CBS article.
Following the very latest on what's unfolding at airports across the country, the FAA says,
and this is for fair use, y'all,
after the agency halted all domestic commercial departures this morning. The FAA says the ground stop was issued in light of a computer outage. President Biden said it is still unclear what was behind this disruption, but a senior law enforcement official tells NBC News the FBI has not seen any evidence that a cyber attack caused the outage. Joining us now with more is NBC News aviation correspondent Tom Costello. Also with us is Brian Kelly, the founder of The Points Guy. So, Tom, what do we know and what don't we know at this hour about what caused this disruption?
Yeah, and the bottom line is we don't know what caused this outage. This was the Notice to Airmen. Sorry, that's an old phrase. It's now called the Notice to Air Missions computer system that tells pilots what they should expect, what issues they may have at particular airports going forward. So, for example, if a runway is closed, if there's construction equipment on the ramp, if the military airspace is in any way changing today, if there's a rocket lifting off, that's what this computer system tells pilots, and they all must read that and sign off on that information. It's on an iPad. They also have printed out reams of paper that they can print out as well before they leave the airport. They must know that information before they leave, right? It affects the airport they're leaving from, the one they're going to, and any potential alternative airport. That system went down this morning, somewhere in the 5 a.m. hour. And then as they realized, oh boy, this system is down and we can't even get these pilots out the door, the FAA essentially put a pause on all commercial airline departures at about 7 a.m. That lasted till 9 a.m. And now, of course, the ripple effect. At the moment, we've got 5,800 delays nationwide, 5,800 delays, and we're now at 967 cancellations. And this is the way it so often works. As you know, sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So the most affected airports are on the East Coast, and then they go across the country. So we started out with a very rough morning here on the East Coast, everything from Miami to New York to Chicago, and then it shifted west. So now it's affecting also Denver, and it's going to affect as well California airports. Now, they've already been affected by the weather in California. The good news is, for the most part, the rest of the country is dealing with decent weather today. And this is usually a slower season for air travel. In other words, we're past the holidays. We haven't gotten to spring break yet, but now it's all about the catch up. And this is going to take a while, at least all day. When you've got this many cancellations and delays, it could spill over into tomorrow as well, Jose.
All right. And that is coming from NBCnews.com. And of course, what was in the video was coming from MSNBC News. So as of right now, well, this had been updated about an hour ago. So right now it is 10:36 as I'm recording this video, and this article in the NBC News, as well as what was stated within the video clip, was posted at 9:23 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, so again, like, I hope everybody is able to get where they need to go far as what happened in the unexpected glitch that happened this morning, which again the FAA is working to restore its notice to air admission systems. We are working performing final validation checks and reloading the system now. Operations across the national airspace systems has been affected. We will provide frequent updates as we progress. So if you want to still continue to stay updated on what is happening with the system and the air flights and making sure you get to your destination, just check with the FAA News on Twitter or whichever platform that you are your preferred platform to be on. But other than that, feel free to leave your comments down below. I also saw that, you know, Secretary Pete Buttigieg, that is over at the Department of Transportation, he was getting dragged for filth on Twitter per usual, because he was getting dragged not a couple of weeks ago because of the Southwest Airlines debacle that happened, of them unexpectedly canceling flights as well. So feel free to leave your comments down below what y'all think about this unexpected interruption in regards to flights. Were you affected by this flight? And do you think it was a warning signal about the system of them needing to continuously update the system if they're not doing so already, and just have a backup system if they don't have so already, in regards to everybody get into their destination in a timely manner. But other than that, I'm gonna keep it short and leave y'all to it. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and hit that notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself, so you can heal thyself. Bye.